Can you see the insides of my darkened mind, so left behind, stuck in an evolution of insanity where compassion and humanity is lacking where it's most needed, resigned where it should have been seated? We cover our sorrows with medication and faked smiles, clock ticking for a while, sucks you in, spits you back out. Will you ever see what true darkness is all about? This dark shadow never leaves me alone. I wish I lived in your pretty little snow globe, all wrapped up in white and feathered in sunshine. But that life's not mine. No, mine is built of blackened walls, blood dripping from my body, sorrow aching in my bones, guilt and shame haunting the sharp edges of my thoughts. Forget-me-nots. I think of distant lands, to pretend that this man's hands aren't creeping up without my consent, though he acts as if he's heaven sent with this purpose of destruction that he views as pure pleasure. I glance away, trying hard not to continue to measure the number of times he thrusts his will against mine, thoughts race, anger steeping so deep in my mind, red numbers flashing, a sick reminder of time, fade into the background as I sink into the night. My insides swell as I lay there in horror and fright. This beast of a party host, forever my ghost, haunting the shadows of my thoughts, anxiety twisting my stomach in knots. I can't see beyond this dark life, never-ending dark night. This distorted reality impairs my sight. This dark shadow never leaves me alone. Even on my warmest days, basking in the sunshine's rays, malice far out of sight and mind, gratefully leaving yesterday behind, I suddenly feel anxiety swell as my mind begins to churn and dwell on the possible darkness still lurking within. I feel as though I deserved it, I sinned, I went wrong somewhere, slipped up, I fell prey to the creatures of hell in their scandalous way of terrorizing souls and captivating all with fear. Though current happiness exists, they always feel near, skulking in the shadows of my thoughts, causing great insanity, spirit now so distraught that my thinking is hindered. Now I'm insane, unable to control or even know my own brain. This dark shadow never leaves me alone. This dark shadow never leaves me alone. Some will tease because I'm less functional than they. Others will express compassion and promise to pray. But the worst is when I'm told that it's within my power to cease the darkness plaguing me every damn hour. Unless you experience the terror of a mind self-destructing, you'll never understand the death my own mind is constructing. So people misunderstand and fail to provide a supportive friendship where I can go and hide, away from the voices that haunt every thought, and finally find the peace I've so fervently sought. Average disappointments may seem like simple blissful glee, because the devastation I have known causes a harsh degree of burns within my mind and heart that enrapture me and restrict all possibility and potential of being free. Some call it paranoia. I call it a reality check, because there's always a couple jokers in every damn deck, and I always get destroyed before I recognize they're there, and then I'm swept away in their demolition, and no one seems to care. This dark shadow never leaves me alone. Horrors flash before my eyes, though no one else can see. A vision of hell and demons hissing and Satan talking to me, informing me of inevitable doom and all of life's worthlessness. I stand in terror and sweat profusely, drowning in distress, mind a mess. The flames lick at my heels as I attempt to run, but unable to move, I drown in the sun, forever burning, lit aflame for eternity, fire seeping in and out of my soul. I crave an escape, a salvation, a hope, a magical peace to make my brokenness whole. Trapped in a glass jar of the gods, I am empty, hopeless against these odds. Harsh feelings, negative notions swirl around like evil potions that poison my being, the essence of my identity within. Once again, I feel I deserved it because of some forgotten sin. This dark shadow never leaves me alone. I don't want to condone your heartless comments while I'm drowning in sorrow, dreading existence and facing tomorrow. Lost in a dimension of disturbed sight and sound, I feel forgotten, lost, buried underground. My mind is working against itself, and I feel so alone, because this dark shadow never does leave me alone.